Okay, hello, and welcome to another episode of how to use the enhanced first-person template kit. And this time it's going to be with a focus on the weapon system, and specifically we're going to add an additional weapon to the arsenal that we've got. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to customize this weapon system and add your own stuff. So what I've gone ahead and done is, if I go into the weapons folder, and into firearms and into meshes combined, we've got a combined minigun, which is what we're going to use for our weapon pickup icon. And also, if anyone's using the static mesh viewport models, then it will also get referenced there as well. And then in the split one, if for anyone who's using the blueprint animation method, we've got our base and our barrel. And if you want to have, I've not done skeletal meshes, but if you want to add skeletal meshes, then that you could add another folder for your skeletal meshes with your animations and whatnot, and they would all get triggered in the blueprint. So now that we've got our models set up, let's go ahead and set the actual weapons up themselves. So what I've done is I just took the SMG template, I duplicated it, and made a minigun. So what I've done is I've replaced the SMG base with this and the SMG barrel slide with this, rename them, reposition them, and it's all good to go. One other thing I've done is on the blueprint animation for the SMG, we have a slide racking, so it racks a slide backwards and forwards. I've changed that to an add local rotation, and I've added a little bit of local rotation so that while the weapon's not firing, the barrel just gently spins anyway, keeping it up to speed. So that goes over creating the actual blueprint weapon itself. It's that simple. I mean, it's all set up for you already and bound to the firing event. So, for example, if you were using a skeletal mesh, you add a skeletal mesh in here instead of these. Probably get rid of these and add your skeletal mesh in. And instead of this here, you'd play an animation montage. You probably want to keep the camera shake, keep it bound to the event fire, and make sure that whenever the montage is finished, you set in fire back to true in the first person character because that controls the delay between shots. Okay, pretty straightforward. So let's go and go back into the core folder, and in here you'll find blueprints for projectiles. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and duplicated the bullet projectile and called it a minigun bullet, and all I've done is changed the projectile speed in here. So initial speed and max speed values just to make the projectile come out a little bit faster than the standard bullet. And that is all you would need to do there. Or you could just use the standard bullet if you like. So that's those two blueprints dealt with and done. Those are the only blueprints we're actually going to need to make ourselves. So if we go back into the core now, and go back into the blueprints folder, we can find the enhanced first-person shooter game instance. Now this is where all the magic happens. So if you come into here and then load the get weapon info function, you'll be presented with this long list of lovely functions. And what this does is it takes an input, in this case the index for a weapon, and it spits out all the relevant information we could want about that weapon. And very simply, if you want to add a new weapon, you just add a new one to each of these. So we'd add a pin here and do option 9, add a pin here, do option 9, add a pin here, option 9, etc., to set up all of our stuff. So I'll take you through that now. So let's go into option 8 where we already have our a slot ready for us because I've given 9 slots in total, 0 to 8. So let's go ahead and find our minigun blueprint. There we go, FP minigun. And we're going to find our combined mesh. So we want our minigun combined mesh. Now we want to set it to auto fire, so we're going to tick that to true. We're going to set the delay between auto fire shots to 0.05. So it fires what, 100 rounds a minute, 100 rounds a second. Sorry, so that's 6,000 rounds a minute. That sounds pretty minigunish. We don't need to worry about the pellet spread angle. This is where you would set the offset for shotgun shells. So for a greater spread of pellets, you'd increase these values. So you can see the shotgun's got 5 and the double barrel's got 10, sorry, and these are in degrees. The amount of pellets to fire for shotguns. Now the projectile to spawn, we want our minigun. Child bullet minigun. That's our new projectile. And we want to play a gunshot sound, so we'll play gunshot pistol, because we don't have a specific minigun one yet. Now, here we have the weapon names section. So this is what's going to be called whenever you pick up ammo or a weapon pickup. So we're going to add in the name minigun here. And then finally the ammo pickup mesh, which is why we needed to create that ammo pickup mesh and bring it in. So we'll do ammo and we'll find the minigun, and that it is that simple. Now, everything else is going to get taken care of in the actual pickup blueprints and the ammo blueprints. But the beauty of it is we don't actually need to do anything with them. We just drag them in and define a few values. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a minigun. It's this simple. So we drag in the weapon. We know the minigun is weapon type 8. And we want 50 ammo, and for just the preview mesh, we'll do minigun combined. There we go. It's going to automatically switch to this on level construct anyway. So if we could just have this as a cube if we wanted to. So they want me to cube. Lovely. And then when we hit play, that cube will become a minigun. And we collect it. It'll say weapon obtained minigun. And as you'll notice, we've now got 50 ammo. And very rapid firing. So it's that simple. It is that simple. Now to add some ammo pickups in, we can do the same. So I'm just going to change that back to the minigun. And I've included this preview mesh system just so you can make sure the models don't clip through things and all that stuff. So there we go. Let's add in some ammo. So again, drag in the ammo. We're going to set this to minigun, although we don't need to because it will automatically get set, and we'll give the player 50, and we'll make the sound just the default sound. So now, and there we have our minigun ammo. Pick it up. You'll see minigun ammo added 50. Weapon obtained miniguns. Now we've got 100 rounds, and as you can see, it's automatically tying into the ammo system. So we've got our pistol here. And we got our minigun here, and as you can see, as we switch weapons, the ammo type switches automatically as well. And it is that simple. So what's going on here is in our pickup ammo, we're consulting that get weapon info. We're pulling the weapon's name and its mesh and setting those values. And then again here, we're consulting it one more time to get that weapon name. And we're adding that to the HUD element. And the same thing is going on with the weapon pickup itself. So by defining that weapon type, it defines what index we should look at, gets the name, gets all the relevant information on construct. And it is that simple. So with the weapon meshes, it all just gets done for you automatically. You just define the type and you're away. So if we bring in pistol, and you see it automatically becomes a shotgun because it defaults to weapon type 2. So now we can get that. Weapon obtained shotgun, weapon obtained minigun. And you'll see if we fire off some rounds to the minigun, we got no rounds in the shotgun and no rounds in the pistol. And now as you can see, because we got the shotgun appears between the minigun and the pistol, as we mouse wheel up and down, it goes to the appropriate number. And if we type in the appropriate number on the keypad, so 1 for the pistol, 2 for the shotgun, 8 for the minigun, it will go to them automatically like that. So the one last thing you need to keep in mind when using this template is to go into the game instance when you're setting these things up, and there's 2 arrays that need to have extra things added to if you're going above the 8 pre-included options. So if you're adding another weapon in slot 9, for example, you need to come to the ammo, add another array element for that, and go to the weapons owned and add another array element for that. Then just fill in everything as normal, and it will all just work. And the one last change you would need to make is to go into the first person character. And then in the first person character, we have the options. This is where we're controlling the weapon type. So you'd add in the number 9 key pressed, duplicate all of this, add the number 9 in there. And in the mouse wheel switching, we would just need to make sure that when we're capping the weapons list, this number matches the number of the final number in the array here. So if that's 9, this needs to be 9. And it is that simple to add a new weapon to the game. I'll go over it in a bit more detail in a future video. I just wanted to make sure everyone knew how quick, easy, and simple it is to add in your own new weapons to the game and to get them working with the weapon system. So I hope you liked that video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. It'll be up on my itch page very soon for you to go and try out for yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.